everybody. Welcome to the next installment of Journey Through John, as we take bite-sized chunks of scripture and have just bite-sized conversations. And hopefully it's a help for us as we walk through our spiritual walk daily. Today we're going to be jumping into John 6 again. As you may recall, yesterday Jesus just fed 5,000 with a few barley loaves and some fish. And today's doing another one of those miracles. And so let's just dive right in. Today we're looking at verses 16 through 21, and we'll just jump in right now. It says, "When evening came, his disciples went down to the sea. They got into a boat and started across the sea to Capernaum. It was dark, and Jesus had not yet come to them. The sea became rough because of a strong wind that was blowing. And when they had rowed about 3 or 4 miles, they saw Jesus walking on the water and coming near the boat, and they were frightened. But he said to them, 'It's I, do not be afraid.' And then they were glad to take him in the boat, and immediately the boat was at the land to which they were going." So we see something it seems like a simple story here, but there's certainly some things for us to draw out of this. What we see happening is that they're out there in the boat, and a lot of them are fishermen, not all of them, but some of them are fishermen. And as they're rowing out, all of a sudden the storm comes up. Now, I've been on Lake Erie quite a few times, and storms, since it's such a shallow lake, so when the wind starts to pick up, all of a sudden the waves go crazy, and it happens fast. And I'm going to guess that something similar happened here. Now, I don't know what it looked like for them to be out in the storm. I'm sure there was some concern. But then all of a sudden they look out and they see someone walking to them. Can you imagine what that must have looked like to be out in a crazy storm? Water's coming in, splashing you on the face and everything else, and you're just trying to kind of make sure you're staying on course because you have a destination you want to go to. And then all of a sudden you see somebody walking towards you. That scene, I mean, we would all be frightened. And Jesus, I don't know what it looked like. I mean, I don't know if he was walking and was kind of bobbing up and down with the waves. I don't know what that looked like, but it still would be quite a sight to see. And he comes in and he says, hey guys, don't worry, it's just me. And then we see them happy to bring them into the boat, but all of a sudden they're immediately where they need to go. I don't know if that was some sort of like fast forward miracle or if it just happened to work out that way. I'm not really sure, but it does say that immediately the boat was at the land to which they were going. Now, for this type of thing, when we're looking at it, what is something we can use as a challenge in this? I mean, we can say, well, we face storms in life and Jesus is always there, and that's absolutely true. We can say sometimes we go before God and he's going to follow us up in this thing, but maybe sometimes we run a little ahead of plan. I don't know, maybe you could say that. What I think we can see here, though, is it's a simple thing that Jesus is doing. He's walking to his disciples, and they were just glad that he was with them in the trial, in the midst of the craziness. In the midst of the storm, they were just happy when they saw him, when they felt him, when they were near him. And so today is going to be a little shorter, but I think maybe we take an extra minute or two, maybe in prayer, and say, you know, Jesus, there's some lessons to learn here, but just like these disciples, can you give me a time, can you give me some space here where I'm just glad to be with you? And Lord, can I feel your presence around me? And let me just kind of bask in that. It reminds me of the story of Martha and Mary, and Martha's running around taking care of everything and making sure that people were taken care of, and they had all their stuff that they needed, which is a great thing, and she didn't do anything wrong there. But she was frustrated with Mary because Mary was just sitting at Jesus' feet, taking everything in that he had to say. Sometimes we're Marthas. I'm more of a Martha, but sometimes we need to shut things down and have some Mary time, if you will. And maybe today that's our challenge. Just say, God, I want to give you some extra time here. Please just let me know you're with me, and I might need that time, and just let me bask in your presence. I hope you take time to do that, and I hope that what you experience in that time will challenge you. And tomorrow we'll continue to journey through John.